So Essex is a typically southern part of England. Now you would never expect a team from Essex to be playing in something associated with the north. Now this is going to happen potentially next season because Braintree Town from Essex could potentially be playing in the National League North. On the face of it, it doesn't really make much sense because of how close they are to London. They're only about 50 miles away from London and they are quite far in the south of the country compared to some of the teams right up north. But in this video, we're going to be looking at why they could actually play next season in the National League North. Before we start, this video is sponsored by OneFootball, which is a great app to stay up to date with loads of football news. In terms of non-league, the National League is the best one that is covered in OneFootball. Loads of different information about this league and loads of different games coming towards the end of the season. It can be used really importantly to try and stay up to date with all the different scores that are happening. So if you want to download it, the link will be in the top line of the description. But anyway, on to the video. So the National League North and South both contain 22 clubs, and that's how it will stay next season. So from each of these two leagues, 2 teams get promoted up to the National League, and 3 get relegated down to the 7th tier. So that leaves 17 teams in both the National League North and South that will most likely stay in that league for the next season. So currently at the top of the National League North table are Stockport County and Chorley. So if we take these two as the 2 teams that will get promoted, 1 automatic and 1 via the playoffs, and look at the 3 teams that will be relegated this season. Now Nuneaton have been confirmed to be relegated, and the other 2 that are most likely going to go down are FC United Manchester and Ashton United. So if we take those out of the equation, then those 5 spaces need to be refilled. Now, interestingly, at this stage, all 4 teams from the National League that are going to be relegated have been confirmed. They haven't no more Waterlooville, Aldershot Town, Maidstone United and Braintree Town. But the thing with those 4 is they're all relatively southern based, which makes it difficult when looking at teams that are going to go into the National League North and South, because there's now a one-sided balance of southern teams compared to northern teams. So if we now go down and look at the 7th tier, there are 4 leagues, so there'll be 4 league champions coming up into the 6th tier. Now 2 of those are already confirmed. They are Dorking Wanderers and Kettering Town. The other 2 most likely are going to be Weymouth and one of either Farsley Celtic, South Shields or Warrington Town. Now Warrington, Farsley and South Shields are all relatively north, so whoever out of those 3 goes up will definitely be in the National League North. Kettering Town are far enough north to go into the National League North. Dorking will definitely be in the National League South, as will Weymouth, which then leaves us with the 2 potentially promoted clubs via the Super Playoffs. So the Super Playoffs, I've done a video on this at the start of the season of how it works, but basically because there are 4 leagues, there are only 2 promotion spots via the playoffs. What will happen is you'll have a normal playoff structure in each of these 4 leagues, and then the 4 winners of these playoffs will then have to play against one of the other winners to then find 2 overall winners that win the 2 overall finals, and those 2 get promoted. And these 2 overall finals are decided based on the club's geographic location, so whichever team is closest to them, they will play. So most likely, a Northern Premier League team will play against a Southern League Central team, and the furthest south potential winner of this game is Biggleswade Town. Then the other Super Playoff final will likely be a team from the Bostik League playing against a team from the Southern League South, and that could be literally anyone. That could be a team that is very far south. So we'll just assume that this team will most likely go into the National League South, because pretty much none of these teams are any further south than what Braintree would be. But anyway, this all considered, that leaves us with 19 teams in the National League North, which leave 3 spaces. This is where we bring in what I call the border clubs. So these are the clubs that are on the border of being in the National League North and National League South, and they're the most likely ones to move between those 2 leagues. There are 6 border clubs: Gloucester City, Oxford City, Biggleswade Town, Braintree Town, Hemel Hempstead Town and St Albans City. Now Gloucester, Oxford, Hemel Hempstead and St Albans are currently in the National League South. The 2 most obvious ones to move into National League North are Biggleswade Town. Gloucester City will likely go into the National League North. They departed the National League North after the 16-17 season for the National League South due to a similar sort of restructure where there were too many teams in the National League North, but now we find that switched where there's too many in the South. So other than them, and looking at the map, Braintree are the furthest north, which means that Braintree Town could potentially be moving to the National League North next season. Now I find this crazy that a team from Essex, and they're not even right on the northern edge of Essex, they're fairly in the middle, they could be part of something associated with the North. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Are you a National League North Football Club fan? And if so, Do you find it mad that you could potentially be going to Braintree away in the league next season? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and click subscribe. I'm trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and if you could help me get there, that'd be absolutely awesome. We're not far away now, and we're not far away from the end of the season as well. It's all getting exciting coming towards the end of the season. How is your team doing? Do you think you'll have an exciting end to the season? Are you going to get promoted? Are you going to avoid relegation? Are you going to get in the playoffs? Let me know what is going to happen in the comment section down below. And yeah, I hope it's in the next video, and thanks for watching.